Hey friends of algebra, we are learning this week about slope. It's an introduction to slope. So, what is slope? Slope is actually what ratio that is the vertical change over the horizontal change. But we see slope in real life. When we talk about a mountain, we talk about slope. So, slope in real life would be something like in a mountain. So something like that. Check it out. Oh, not only a mountain, but here you can see slope when you see right here. This is a negative slope if you go this way. If you go this way, it's a positive slope. You can go negative downhill. This is a slope. This is an example of slope in real life. Um, a rainbow. That when you take the change over the horizontal over the vertical right here, the measurements of a stairs, of the railings of a stair. Check it out. The Torre de Pisa is in it has it's slope, right? It's not straight, it's not an undefined slope. It's actually you can get the slope, you can calculate the slope of that La Torre de Pisa. Anyway, so that these are examples of slope in real life. Now let's talk about our work here. Okay, so the main idea is the rate of change. It's a ratio that shows how one variable changes with respect to another one. So on a linear graph, this is called the slope of a line. All right, and we've seen this rise over run, you guys call it. So slope is written as a ratio of the vertical change rise to the horizontal change run between any 2 points on a line. This remains constant for any 2 points on that same line. So that means that the rise over run does not change for any 2 points on that line. So the points can be here and here. It's the same slope. Slope is written as a fraction in simplest form, meaning that you have to reduce the fraction if it's not reduced. In the variable for slope, we use m. So m equals, right? There are different types of slope. If it's positive, it looks kind of like this, like going that way. If it's negative, it looks kind of like that, kind of like what we saw on the roofs of that house, right? That Exxon, whatever that gas station, right? Zero, a slope of zero, it's just a horizontal line. And something that's undefined, and we use this little symbol to know that it's undefined. It's like a zero with a line and then crossing. That is the symbol for undefined. That does not mean that it's zero. That means that it's undefined. And it's a vertical, very vertical line. Okay? These are the type of slopes: positive, negative, zero, and undefined. All right, so how do we find the slope in a graph? So I'm going to give you 4 examples. These are the 4 examples that we're going to work on, and then you guys do the rest. So finding the slope. So this would be the slope of a line. Okay. All right. So on this one, the first, so it's going to be rise, right? Rise over run, right? That's what we're saying. So rise meaning up and down, run meaning left to right. So remember, in these graphs, this is gonna be x and this is gonna be y, right? Okay. So meaning that your y goes on top and your x goes on the bottom, right? So that's how we're gonna look at it. All right, the first thing that we're gonna do is notice, is this a positive slope? Yeah, kind of looks like this one. So it is positive. So my slope will be positive. Okay, so let's find that. The first thing is that we're gonna find a point that you can actually, so this is the point that they're giving you right here. Okay, these 2 points, very light here, but you can see them. So from now we're gonna count how many units are down, because we're going up and down first, because that's our rise, right? That's our y. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to get to this point, right? So 7. And then we're going to go to the left. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, remember, we went down, which is -7, and we went to the left, which is -4. But remember, I said this slope was positive, but a negative and a negative gives you positive, right? So your real slope is 7/4, right? You can't have two negatives. When you're dividing, it's positive. Now, you could have gone the other way and just count the other way. Just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's +7. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right, 4. And that is your slope. So you can go either way. Now, your final answer will be a positive because it's a positive line with a positive slope. Okay? All right. So remember, if you go down, right? If you go down, you're going to go down. That is a negative, right? If you go, so if you have a point, so say you have a point, X and Y, right? So X goes side to side, right? And Y goes up or down, right? Yeah. So if you go to the left here, it's negative. If you go to the right, it's positive. If you go up, it's positive. If you go down, it's negative. So that's how you read a point. We're gonna get to that later. We're just finding slope right now. All right, so let's do this one. This is a point and this is a point. So let's count the points. This is a negative slope according to our graph here. This is a negative slope. So it should be negative. So let's see, we can go down. So 1, 2, and 3. So m equals -3. And then we can go, we're gonna go to my right. So that should be positive. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now, you can reduce that fraction, right? Because 3 divides 9. So your answer would be -1/3 because you divide by 3. Okay? All right, so notice that it's negative, right? Because you went down and then you went to the right. Okay, let's keep going. This is my answer. Let's keep going. This is a zero slope. And why do I mean by that? Well, there's no movement. There's no inclination, right? There's no slope. So this slope is going to be m equals 0. All horizontal lines have 0 as a slope. Now it's on the right here. Check it out. This is undefined. There's no slope here. You cannot, this is 0 slope. This means that there's no slope, but this one you can't even come up with it. So your slope, it's undefined. You can use this symbol or you can say undefined. Now make sure you let me know that you know this is undefined. Okay? All right, I hope this helps. Let me know if you guys have questions.